Good morning, everyone. This is Anne-Marie Band. Today is Thursday, December the 1st, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. These lines I have here that are the purple ones in our space are the close of the monthly areas. You can see from our weekly candlestick, we really closed right on top of it. We had a massive expansion. It is an outside candlestick formation, a lot of upside pressure showing here, and pullbacks are going to continue to be buy zones. So the question is, what kind of pullback might we have? Now, this, I believe yesterday, let's go to the daily. Yesterday, we had a massive candlestick, right? And that candlestick really is something of pretty fair importance to me. Because it's so big, I'm going to draw Fibonacci on it. It's got so much range. We're going to look at this one. I'm going to make it a little bit thinner so that we've got the stroke lines a little bit separated from the other bigger one measuring the prior week in the formation. We can see that we broke out massively in the weekly edge. Here's where the heat map is sitting. We know that the buyers are going to hold here. This move came off of Fed Powell's open quotation dovish look. I'm not really sure it's a dovish look, but it's certainly less than hawkish. What that has caused is a lot of forward shifting for calls that are bigger, right? So if we look at November, somebody's got a put that's 388. They've sold it. And so there's some really big 385. I'm not really sure what's going on with this one. You know, they bought it, and so maybe it's a protection event, but we are seeing a lot of motion in the option chains in the SPY. I'll put some up in the Benzinga Pro platform for us to see later, but here's what we're looking at today. I want to go to the 4 hour. It is my favorite to stare down from the course of the day. We just got initial claims. We've got all kinds of things going on right now, and our prices are holding fairly steady in the pre-market for further upside, and we're going to see a likely press into the higher areas for folks accumulating into the motion. If we stay above that 5-minute high, we're going to have another press higher. If we don't, then we're going to start pulling in. This resistance was broken literally, folks, with a few single ticks that were just absolutely running stops like I haven't seen in a really long time. And so that's what's going on. Bottom line, bullish event. You want to buy it above the 5-minute high. Your stop needs to be at the 5-minute low. And then if you get shaken out, wait until it recaptures it again. Let's take a look at the Qs. I'm going to do that same sort of thing. Let's go back to the weekly so we can see there's the monthly rectangle formation that we've got going right up at the top. You can see that we're over it when we look at the Qs, the NQ and that sort of thing, well up over the ranges of the prior week. My thought is this is fairly heavy congestion. Everybody thinks tech ought to be at the front of the pack, but this one might be a little bit overextended. This is an expansion candlestick formation, and so breakouts over this edge. Again, look for that 5-minute area. If it opens ahead of that zone and continues in that direction, your 5-minute low will be your stop, and you can continue to the north trading here. This one, huge. Somebody sold and collected, let's see what they collected, 243,000 in premium, right? Because they're selling that 285 put. They think that price action is going to hold there. I think that's a pretty good bet in general, but I do want to have a peek at how this chart is going to look. I want to draw Fibonacci on yesterday's candlestick formation. I think I did already. Look at that. So if we do that, we're going to see the pressure up into 297, potentially hold. Look at how many of these are very compacted in this area. A lot of put selling premium. I saw that all over the charts. I mean, everywhere people are selling puts because they're feeling more confident about how price action is going to move, right? So as we look here from our 4 hour perspective, when we open the day, We still have, nothing but blue skies to the north. Let me do one thing here and make this Fibonacci available on all time frames display. On all time frames. Well, I said it did, and it's not showing up in my 4-hour. But that's all right. Here's what we're looking at from this formation, a drive up into the 300 area. Eventually, we are in the Santa Claus rally space, and so things ought to be looking okay from that perspective, looking at the 5-minute. Let's take a look at the ES quickly. Here we are sitting at the top of this zone, right? Yesterday's high, 50% retracement as soon as we broke out over this edge at 39.92. The chart totally changed in terms of its formations, and we are looking at the struggle to breach higher. So how are we going to open up today? Again, I love that 4-hour chart. I like it a lot. This is news-based. I wanted to wait until the news came out before I did the report, and it's sitting here in something that looks fairly sideways. Here's the thing though, folks. We either have general reversion to the mean, where we'll come in at about the 40.62 area and then bounce, or we're just going to break out and head higher. Everything here says pullbacks or buy zones. You might say, but Anne-Marie, I'm making lower lows down here. Yes, but you just made a new high. That pulled back, and so that pullback into the close of the prior month is going to give us that space. Maybe you want to look at the 2-minute. A lot of people look at the 30-second formation on the ES. That's a little bit too tight for me. I like about the 2-minute, but watch this. We've got a heat map here. That means they're going to battle. A lot of people are calling out 41.16. We can see it from the heat on the 4-hour. That's really what we want to watch from that perspective there. Let's take a look at the NQ. NQ. Let's pull it all back here. Again, same kind of heat map formation, same kind of bullish pressure, pullbacks or buy zones. Don't think about this thing topping until it starts truly losing the edge. What edge might that be? That's going to be the close of the prior month, which we saw just a moment ago. All right, good luck trading today, folks, and I'll see you soon.